Hello everybody and welcome back. So, another lightsaber. Who would have thought? Now, this one is from the UK, from a little sabersmith called Kennedy Custom Props. It's custom props or custom lightsabers. It's one or the other. I have been looking at his sabers for a long time. He's got some talent for making custom sabers. They look incredible. Oh, I love. So, I found this very fitting for myself. This is named Odin's Horn of Odin. There we go. Due to the Viking-esque theme of the hilt. As you can see on the emitter here, we've got these runic types of things. I have no idea what these things are called here, but I see these, or if they're even called anything, but I see them in Viking stuff all over the place. There's a lot more detail in this than like the pictures that were up showed. Like, if you look at it from this distance, this is kind of what I saw, which is dumb because, you know, the picture was like this. But like up close, you can see a lot of extra, like, just don't look at my face. Look at that. Like the engraving is so much more detailed than I thought. There are a lot more like just elevations in the grooves. There's a lot more. There's just a lot more to it. Even the pommel. So I know nothing about Kennedy Custom Props. Literally just saw him randomly pop up on Instagram one time. Haven't really talked to the guy, which is unfortunate. He seems very passionate about his work and I love people with a passion. And honestly, I was gonna say originally when I got this, that this saber doesn't do his work justice, which I guess it still doesn't even do, even with all of the really cool engravings. I want to say grip, but it's not grip. There's another word I'm looking for. Yeah, sure, the great grip. The great design of it, just simple yet really cool design of it. But he makes some, like, I'll put some pictures up. He makes some really neat looking stuff. Like, this is actually perfect for me from him because this is a very good like saber for using. But he has a lot of like sabers that are made for display or made for cosplay or just made to look at, and they look gorgeous. So I appreciate that a lot. These seem to be same as Revan sabers. They seem to be hand machined in one piece, and then they had the blade plug in, and then there's nothing here that screws off. It's just one piece. Anyway, well, I get batteries in this thing. How do I get you out without? There is a board here. Am I being dumb? Am I supposed to charge this somewhere? There's resistance. That's when you stop pulling. There we go. Seems to be using a 3D printed chassis. There's not just a battery pack in here. And there seems to be a battery in here already. Okay, so how do I charge it? There's a battery and board in here. What is happening? I was expecting just a battery pack. You know what? 50 lightsabers later, this should not be happening to me anymore. I should know things, but I don't. All right, before I accidentally ruin this thing, I'm just gonna contact Kennedy.
The next day.
I broke it. I broke this very expensive saber before I even turned it on. I found the charge port. It was hidden down here with a little, there it is, thing inside of it. If I would have just taken a closer damn look, I would have noticed that this was indeed a charger hole because it looks like a charger hole. But I did not, because the thing is metal in color, or gray in color, so I didn't really think about it at all. And I thought this was a Revan saber situation where, you know, there was a battery pack in here, so I pulled that out and I was like, oh, there's a battery in here already. All right, let's put that in. Oh, I saw it. Put the charger in, wasn't charging, and contacted Ken, and he was like, dude, yeah, no, the chassis is not meant to move, so you probably pulled some wires apart. Turns out I did. I pulled the chassis out as far as I could, safely this time, and I noticed some loose wires in there, and I don't know what to do. Because there's no easy way. There's not a full chassis. It's just the chassis with the board and the battery in here. And then the speaker is separate. It's still connected through some wires, but it's like hanging off of it. And the wires are up here are connected to, I think, something up here. And apparently, and it's like the wire's like this long. So yeah, there's no chance for me to like reconnect it from up here and down here. I think he makes it all and then connects it somehow. So there's no real way for me to fix it without pulling everything out. But he also said that the button here is like glued from the inside. So I will rip that off and destroy that if I pull everything out. Do it now, because we're gonna have to wait. Yeah, as you can, I don't know if the mic's picking this up, but Odin seems to have sent Thor after me, because they're the night that I destroy Odin's horn, or the horn of Odin, Thor comes down hard on us here in Iceland. I'm sorry. No, I'm extremely pissed at myself. I am extremely fucking mad. Like, come on. That's very clearly the fucking charger, you idiot. So, this review will, like, this won't make a change for you, because at this point I've already fixed it, and you're just gonna continue on with the video, but at the time this might not come out in another month. So I need to fix this, and then we'll continue. So I'll see you guys, for you, in a couple of seconds. Oh. So yet again, it has been a few days. And as you can see, we fixed it. And then broke it immediately the day after. Again, sorry. I don't know. So the first issue was that like I said in the previous video, what I thought was true. This video earlier, the wires to the button got fucked up. That's why nothing happened. So Anna reattached it, and then I was swinging around that evening, and then I tried to turn it on the next day, and it didn't work. And opened it up again, and there's nothing wrong with the LED, at least, or the button. So there's something wrong with the battery itself or the board. And both of those are fused into a tiny little 3D chassis that's in here that is not very well designed. I'll be real honest. It's not okay, just let me preface this. I broke this. My own stupidity broke this. I should have seen the very obvious recharge port down here, but I didn't. So let me just say that this is entirely my fault. But this gave me a good chance to actually look at the insides of this. And if you somehow would break something in here, if something went wrong at some point, which may I just add is very unlikely to happen, I took a closer look at it, and everything is soldered together very nicely as far as I can tell. And there's like this, not hot glue, but some sort of glue over everything as well. So there's no way any sort of wire is going to come loose from anything unless you're an idiot and freaking pull on it like I did. Or if he just made one mistake on a future saber. You cannot fix this without breaking it more. Like, I had to pull this entire thing out, which would have, even if it wasn't the button, it would have ruined the button, because I had to pull the fucking wires off. And then again, to get it out of the fucking thing here, you also again have to fucking pull, like, and it's the battery and board fused into a little 3D model that you cannot get to or mess with. So I don't know if he does all of his chassis like this. I hope not. He probably does though. But again, entirely my fault. but just keep it in mind, you like fixing this, if it somehow breaks, it's gonna be hard. However, the saber itself is beautiful, and I'm gonna continue attempting to have this fixed or fix it myself. I'm gonna have it fixed. And because it's a beautiful saber, and the little time that I had with it, it felt great. I had to remove the little screw that came out of here though, because again, it was very uncomfortable, but it's very stylish. But it's somewhere, I still have it. But yeah, engravings, beautiful, weathering on it. There's a slight weathering on it all. It's a little bit darkened in corners and places. And what's this section called? What is this called? What is this called? What do you, color metal, what is that called?
Anodized.
Anodized. Beautifully anodized. Anodized. It's a gorgeous saber. And again, I showed pictures before of his other work. This is super simple compared to like what he makes usually, which is amazing considering how detailed and beautiful this piece is. So do not hold the fucking electronic thing against him. Entirely my fault. I will be getting another one from him at some point, and I'll actually charge it the right way because it's beautiful. So unfortunately there won't be a flow section in this one, but this was an adventure, and I hope you found enjoyment in my pain. So I've been Stony Magnum. Thank you so much for going on to this journey with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.